20 years ago, on March 30th, 1994, a group of national leaders came together for the common value of worker safety and health. The leaders recognized the Hammer Partnership as an important national forum for workers and emergency responders across the DOE complex. The committee took on two jobs. First, ensuring that Hammer operates as a partnership. Second, to ensure that Hammer operates as a world-class, hands-on training facility as a model for the DOE complex. The initial meeting reflected the culmination of sheer determination and the strategic alliance of government, tribes, labor, community, academia, and ultimately the United States Congress. Bringing the coalition to bear was Hammer's senior partner, Sam Volpentest, Executive Vice President of TRIDEC. At the time, Sam was 90 years old and known for his tenacity, statesmanlike persuasion, and selfless commitment. As a federal training center, Hammer had the full support of the Department of Energy at headquarters, beginning with Secretary Hazel O'Leary, Assistant Secretary Tom Grumley, and Deputy Assistant Secretary Clyde Frank. RL managers critically important to Hammer's growth and development were Jim Spracklin for 10 years and our newest partner, Ashley Morris. As envisioned by the steering committee in 1994 for national relevance, Hammer, under Glenn Podonsky's leadership, has teamed with the DOE Headquarters National Training Center to institute complex-wide training reciprocity. In addition, under the leadership of Pat Hoffman and Bill Bryan, Hammer has supported DOE headquarters' response to nationally declared disasters affecting the energy infrastructure, such as Hurricanes Katrina and Sandy. Nationally recognized tribal elders included Russell Jim of the Yakima Nation, Bill Burke of the Confederated Tribes of Umatilla Indian Reservation, and the late J. Herman Rubin of Nez Perce Tribe. Russell and Bill remain committed to Hammer and this partnership today. The Hammer steering committees have been exclusively chaired and co-chaired by union general presidents. They have provided powerful leadership over the last 20 years. In chronological order, the steering committee chairmen include Frank Hanley, Dominic Martell, John Dougherty, Mike Sullivan, Patrick Finley, and Walt Wise. The Hammer Labor Partnership has grown to 10 international unions represented by 8 general presidents, the National Metal Trade Council and 2 general councils, Hamtech and Central Washington Building Trades. In the words of AFL-CIO President Richard Trumka,
President Sweeney designated Hammer as one of the most important partnerships of labor and management in this country. And today I want to reaffirm that designation.
The general presidents have been represented over the years by their boots-on-the-ground leaders that protect the partnership and the facility to this day. We must recognize Gordon McCleary, Tom Schaefer, Dave Molna, and Dave Davis for their service to Hammer. Hammer has had exceptional management sponsorship, beginning with Westinghouse Vice Presidents Ralph DeCibio, Hank McGuire, and Ron Bliss. Fluor followed with Diane Holmes, George Jackson, and Tom Case. Hammer continued to diversify under Mission Support Alliance with Steve Hafner and Paul Kruger. In Hammer's design and startup, the federal agencies were invaluable, starting with FEMA, Department of Transportation, OSHA, and EPA. Today, the agencies have been joined by FLETC. Together, we are bringing the best in government collaboration and sharing of valuable resources. The states of Washington and Oregon were instrumental in getting the authorizing Hammer legislation. Under the tutelage of the steering committee, a handful of inexperienced but dedicated Hammer staff joined forces to build and operate a world-class Hammer Federal Training Center. Soon after, they were joined by Hanford training subject matter experts. Many staff members are still with Hammer from our humble beginnings at the Port of Benton temporary facility. Let's go back and listen to the first Hammer Steering Committee meeting from March 30th, 1994.
This is the partnership between all of you and the Department of Energy to address an issue, or many issues, associated with environment, safety, and health in the Department of Energy and outside the Department of Energy.
So I see the Hammer site, the Hammer concept, whether in writing, with the people, with the buildings, as really in the vanguard of what it is that we need to do to ensure that the operating unions, the people who have worked in our sites for so many years, have absolutely the best opportunity to continue to work on these sites in the most productive way possible.
We feel that we make better decisions if we have good input from our stakeholders. Labor is one of the largest stakeholder. States, tribes, local government have been in the HAMR program for many years, and we're training right now with them. We think it's important to have an integrated training center because, particularly in emergency response, it's not clear cut. You don't just, respond. You respond and clean up, and you need to train in an integrated fashion.
But I can remember the first day you and Karen walked into my office and explained to me what HAMR meant, and I tried my best to at least stay out of the way. And I was successful at doing that, fortunately. If it weren't for people like Sam, who made the money happen, and Frank Hanley and the unions who put the power behind it, which was critical, and this guy, Clyde, making it happen within the department, it's an unbelievable partnership. And what I heard today from Tom indicates that the most important person that's going to carry it on from now on has his support, and that's the most critical thing. But thank you very much. You're about to enter into a very exciting era of cooperation and partnership.
Now let's close with the words of HAMR's founder, Sam Volventest, at his last steering committee meeting at the age of 100.
I've been very happy and very proud to have been a part of HAMR for the last 10 or 12 years. It's been a long, tough, hard road, but we have won. We're just being recognized now. We have the finest training center in the United States, and training should be the bottom of the core of every job, every place in the United States. Training gets things done faster, and it costs less than other methods, and cutting corners won't do in today's climate.